Monica was a pretty girl, but she had a tough old ass. Tough beef jerky, deer jerky, tough ass. I used to joke when science class we had a little magnets. I was like, ugh, and I'll put the magnet on her ass. Like, damn it, Monica, bringing them fucking hard cheeks in here, fucking with the magnets. She was bad as shit though. She was a good looking woman. Whoa, whoa. You know what's tough? Cause we had what Drake say? Smack that ass, smack that ass, leave a cheetah print. And then my fingers came back fucking muffled. Ow, Monica. Fingers came back all fucked up. I said, you were doing too many squats. What's up, CC? All he say, what you doing? How are you? How's your day going? That's all he know. Gabby is fed up. Gabby said, fuck the chit chat, fuck the jokes. All he say, what you doing? How are you? How's your day going? That's all he know. How do you respond to that, Gabby? What's up, Sharice? Yiddies walked into the room. The rest of her came in 5 minutes later. Hey, you like the big Yiddies? I also enjoy them. More the fan of the cheeks though. If I had to choose, if I had my choice, the cheeks, the cheeks, right? Yiddies are like, they're nice to observe. The cheeks have utility. They have a function. Yiddies not so much, unless we're talking about childbirth. I mean sexually. Ain't much going on with that. Let me see. What's up, Kiana? When you get older, your skin gets softer. Oh, you referring to hard cheeks? Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, she's like fat now, so I'm sure she is softer. She overcorrected. Monica, what happened? I don't like that. I don't like what you did to the cheeks. Make them go back. Every woman I went to high school with, and if you're watching this, ladies from high school, I mean this with the bottom of my heart, all lost it. They all lost it. I'm also treating this shit like it's the news. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Hell yeah, I got the streaming over here and I got the camera right here. All the women I went to high school with, 10 years removed from high school, are no longer attractive. That's not fair. There's a few standouts. There's a few. To be fair, most of the guys lost it as well. Everyone just gained weight, is really. We're in the South, so everyone just said Bojangles, biscuits, Cheddar Bowl, Bowberry, give it to me. Krispy Kreme. That's what everybody did. So, yeah. What's up, Lindsay? Kabang in the building. We ain't seen Kabang in a minute. Kabang. All right, Coach. I want to help him ASAP. I don't know what to do. Okay, Gabby. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. I must have missed a new development. Honestly. Um. He doesn't support it. Okay. I don't know what we're talking about. They got comfortable, right? Where are you from? I'm in North Carolina. Driving everywhere. I don't know. My classmates age like bananas too. Yeah, man. It happened quick. Yeah, we're talking a few years removed. Everybody lost it. All the women did. Oh, what's going on? The white ones didn't. The white ones didn't. I don't know why. A lot of the white ones still got it. Riddle me that. Anyway, folks, this is a dating and relationship Q&A. If you have any questions pertaining to dating and relationships, you can request up. I will solve your issue. You can also drop your question in the chat, and I will answer it there. Just be advised that callers get first priority. Okay, callers also get better answers. I appreciate you, daughter. I appreciate it so much. We haven't plastered around the collection plate in a while. We might have to do that tonight. We might have to do that tonight. Food be tasting too nice, right? How do you maintain a roster? Uh, it can be challenging, brother. I'm assuming you're a guy. What issues have you faced? Let's start there. What problem are you having? Appreciate you, Lele. What problem are you having with your roster? Because if you answer by saying you don't have one, then why ask the question? I've never seen you do that, and I'm a regular. Do what? Oh, the collection plate? Oh, you were a new regular. You haven't been here long then. I've been doing this live love for over a year now, daily. What's up, Eva? What's up, Maya? Maya's late. I'm offended. Appreciate you, Sharice. Appreciate you. Gabby, what's going on, love? What question do you have? Ask it again. I'm focused now. I'm focused. Ask away. Unless we get a caller. We might already got one. We might already got one. I think she dropped. Dang, dating is expensive for men. How do you keep a roster? Well, a lot of guys aren't paying for anything. To be honest with you. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hola.
Hola.
Pero solo hablo español.
Well, I don't know what that means, but if you got some English on you, we can definitely cook. All right, Danny, that was a little too aggressive. We were going to give her a few more seconds. All right, Amy, what's going on?
Hey. Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
What can I do for you?
Hey.
Okay, Danny, it's on you now. Bye-bye, love. I enjoyed the visit. It's a little too fast for my liking, but you was on that bullshit. Now, the first one, I thought we were getting there, right? Danny, remember, you stay quick on the draw. Even if you make a mistake, I'd rather you make a mistake than someone come up here call me a bald-headed bastard and then you don't take them off. I don't like that. But I feel like the Spanish shorty was gonna get to it. I feel like she just had to figure it out in her head. Like she had to switch, radio stations real quick. But shooters in the chat, both of them were, hey, where my guys at? Where my guys at? Got some ones to shoot at. Zad, that's on you. You trying to shoot. You feel me? Dan, you know what Danny took it now? Danny was like, I think I want that. Danny said, I think I'm going to actually have a one-on-one conversation with her to see exactly what went wrong in that connection. And yeah. Gabby, can you request up, love? Killing the vibe right now, beloved. Request up, and we'll talk about your issue. Just request up. Looking for a serious partner. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, Dios mío. Appreciate you, the creative. Okay, let's see if the pretty Brit is here. You gotta whisper my name. Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Great, how are you?
Good. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely, love. What can I do for you?
Okay, so I need I don't know how to make long story short, but I'm gonna try.
All right.
Just advice. Well, I need to know if I'm misreading this situation.
Okay.
So I have currently a 16-month-old boy.
Uh-huh.
Me and his dad broke up when the baby was about 6 months, 5-6 months, so maybe about a year ago.
Okay.
We were together a year and a half before the baby. When I found out I was pregnant, we were not together. When I told him that I was pregnant, he wanted to get back together, but he insisted that it wasn't because I was pregnant. He wanted it to work out. So we get together. Things were going well. I ended up moving out of my place, moving in with him to his parents' place because I kind of lived in a semi-dangerous neighborhood.
Right.
During pregnancy, everything was going pretty good. He was very supportive, but he did not work a job. He was actually an athlete, or like an aspiring athlete, so he never had to work. I guess he was, pretty privileged. I'm assuming for me it was postpartum. I've noticed like the relationship started like kind of going downhill as far as like communication. He was one of those people where like if he was experiencing something, he kind of would like shut down. But mind you, I had just had a baby, so I didn't really need that in that moment. I needed somebody that was going to communicate and kind of like be there for me. So I would like communicate that, and he would say like he was going to work on it. He then started like expressing that he was becoming depressed, but couldn't give me a reason why. I initiated therapy. He wouldn't really follow through. Over time, I got tired, and I'm just like, okay, this isn't really working. It's mentally draining. I felt like his mom didn't like me. It was just a lot. We ended up breaking up. And once we broke up, I never like withheld the baby from him. He is now a police officer. He would get the baby his 3 off days. Outside of police, he's also a full-time football coach. Again, still told him he could always have the baby as long as he was off work. And, if he had the time to watch him. I wasn't really comfortable with allowing my baby to like go be with other people because I never allowed him to stay anywhere outside between the two of us. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the breakup was pretty cool. We didn't like argue or anything. It wasn't because of cheating. Over time, I thought we were co-parenting very well. One day, I woke up to my doorbell ringing. Go to the doorbell, and somebody is at my door. Strange guy with papers in his hand. Hey, are you? Don't want to disclose my real name, but my name. I'm like, yes. Okay, well, you have been served. I get served court papers for parenting rights, not necessarily for custody, but I guess like he was fighting for parenting time.
Right.
Me and him communicated very well though after the breakup. We talked almost every single day, of course, about the child, never about relationship stuff. So I was very thrown off when I realized that, I was being served court papers without prior knowledge. I also never gave him any reason to make him feel like I was like bitter. Like I said, never kept the baby away, never told him, if you don't do this, I'm gonna, you can't see your child. Mm-hmm. So it threw me off. I still remained mature about the situation, still communicated and expressed to him, if this is what you want to do, we can follow through with it. Months go on, of course, I'm sure you probably know that court takes a long time. We never got a court date. I then received something from email saying that he has now obtained a lawyer. The lawyer was not necessarily harassing me, but I think trying to avoid things from getting into court. I guess having to go to court. They were just trying to like come up with a plan and we could just agree and settle. I wasn't really with that because I wasn't with whatever they were proposing. I ended up talking to him and basically explaining like, I feel like what you are doing is very unnecessary. And I don't understand why it had to come to this. I feel like we could have a conversation. What we're doing now works fine. You get the baby 3 days, I get him 4. Anytime he needs to change a day, I'm totally for it. Mm-hmm. Eventually, for a while, he was giving me pushback. Eventually, he just decided, like, you know what, I'm just going to drop it. After he dropped it, communication starts to pick up. But now it's like, I don't know. It almost, I don't want to assume that he's trying to get back together, but like he'll call me and we will literally like, it'll go from something about the child to now he wants to talk about work for 2 hours. Or the baby will be asleep when the baby is with him, but he's still calling me like, yeah, and let me tell you, blah, 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 blah. And it's been going on for about like 3 weeks. I don't want to seem petty to, well, I don't know. I really don't know. Hold on, let me think about this. I don't want to like misread what he's giving. Because what I feel like is, like I said, he's trying to be back into a relationship.
Okay.
But he's not voicing that. You know what I'm saying? I also just throw this in because this is what made me notice all of this. I expressed to him maybe like 2 months ago, you know, I do want you to know that where I live currently is not going to be my forever home. And I'm only telling you this because we share a child together. And I, you know, obviously need I need you to agree that it is okay. And I don't want to just take your baby. We left the conversation at that. 2 to 3 weeks maybe later, he called me like, hey, remember the conversation we were having? And I'm like, about what? And he was like, you said you wanted to move. I'm like, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I think we should move next year. And then for maybe 3 to 4 weeks straight, he would call me every single day talking about moving. Mm. Is my question clear?
What was the question? What was the question?
Am I misreading? Like, could this just be him, I don't know, trying to communicate more? Or is he like trying to insinuate that he wants to be together without saying it? I don't know. Sorry, okay. My baby is snoring.
Nigga, he's snoring loud. Sound like his daddy. All right. So, y'all were in a relationship before?
Yes.
How long?
About a year and a half. Maybe about 2 years. A year and a half at least, though.
How'd you meet him?
Through a dating app. But once we met, we realized we had a lot of mutual friends. Okay. Both of our high schools are like rivals, so like we know a lot of the same people. We just never crossed paths.
Gotcha. And why did it end?
I couldn't deal with like his mental health. It just like it would be up and down. He was like very hot and cold, and he never wanted to get therapy. And even when I like would speak to his dad about it, he would tell me, "Well, you can't." One of the things was I was explaining to him like, you know, we're new parents. You're not going to be able to be a full-time police officer and be a football coach and try to be a dad. You only have 7 days. You know, you only get 3 days off. And his dad was like, well, you can't take football from him because you're going to make him depressed and he's going to shut down. So at that point, it was kind of like I just had to, choose myself.
Right. How was he hot and cold?
One day he'd come in and, oh, I love you. How you doing? How's the baby? This, that, and the third. And then before he was leaving one day, I told him, I love you. Have a good day. And he said, you can't force emotions out of me that I don't feel. Or something along those lines. Like he wouldn't say, I love you back. I have a good day too.
And y'all were in a relationship at that point?
Yes.
How long?
Baby was born too.
How far into the relationship did you get pregnant?
A year and a half. Well, so we broke up. And then we got back together after I found out I was pregnant. So it was about a year and a half. Yeah. Okay.
And then when you got back together, how long did y'all stay together?
6 months.
And why did you break up that second time?
It was just draining. It was starting to become, very draining. And I think a lot of it had to do with like postpartum. I probably wasn't regulating my emotions well. Probably been a little selfish,
Okay. And at what point did he serve you papers?
We broke up in like end of May, beginning of June. I got the papers in like October.
So you broke up the second time in May or June, and you got the papers in October? Mm-hmm. After you broke up, how did you communicate the co-parenting situation?
We just agreed that his off days, he gets 3 off days, he could get the baby, for, until he has to go back to work. At the time, the baby wasn't in daycare, so we would just do a switch. Like, he would meet me, or I would come to him. Okay. Whatever, it would work.
And from your perspective, everything was cool, and you got served.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, I felt the way, but because I was very blindsided. Like, I never expected it. Again, we talked every single day, and it was never like about us getting back together, but it would be purely like, hey, do the baby need anything, or how's he doing,
Okay. You talked for how long when you got on the phone?
Recently, you saying?
No, just in general. Before you got served.
Uh, Not often, not long at all. Probably like 15 minutes at most.
Okay. Why 15? Why so long?
Um, I think for me, at least I would want to be on the phone because that was my first time being without my baby. I breastfed strictly from breast. So I never, like, before we broke up, my baby never spent the day away from me. So it was probably just a lot of, like, attachment. Just wanting to see him, see how he's doing. Is he doing anything new, crawling, sitting up, etc.
Okay. So he serves you the papers, and then you get notified that he has a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened?
Things continued to go smoothly. He acted like nothing happened. He didn't think it was a problem with him serving me papers and, not telling me. I didn't really argue about it. We never argued, honestly. Because I would like suppress my feelings because he would feel like I don't know how to say things. When we were in a relationship, that was also one of the issues. He would feel like if I had a problem with something, it wasn't necessarily like what I was saying. I guess it was like maybe my tone of voice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So things went smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
And then he at some point communicated that he wanted to get back together. Is that what you said?
No, he never communicated it, but it was just, I may be just assuming, but that's just how it just looks now. Like we still do he has them 3 days. I have them 4. I'm a full-time student. So some days I have to go in person. He'll pick up the day where I can't keep the baby. But in the midst of a switch, instead of him dropping the baby off and me picking the baby up from daycare, he wants to meet me at daycare for me to pick up the baby for whatever reason. Now we standing outside talking for 20 minutes about nothing. Yeah, I don't.
When y'all broke up the second time, you initiated it?
Yes. After the baby, yes.
Did he seem like he did not want to do that?
No, he was honestly for it. Again, I think it was one of those mental episodes. So this specific moment, his dad felt like it was, for some reason, best for him to sit and be a mediator when we really didn't need one. I felt like he was kind of like forcing us to talk about an issue that I didn't want to talk about and he wasn't ready to talk about. His dad then threw in that him and his wife was getting a divorce. So my son's dad got up in the middle of the conversation and just walked away, slumped away, was very upset. I'm sure because there was a lot going on in that moment. And then he was upset with me because he felt like that I forced his dad to have a conversation with the both of us, but it was honestly his dad's decision.
How old
So
are you two?
he was pretty upset. I'm sorry.
How old are you two?
I'm 27. He's 26.
Okay. And nothing transpired with like the papers, the court situation?
He ended up he told me like he had to pay $10,000 for a lawyer. I guess it's like 3 stages or something. I don't know. I've never been through this. He explained like he had to spend a lot of money for the first stage, and then the lawyer told him that he needed like $10,000 or $11,000 for the second stage, and he couldn't afford that. And then he also felt like it wasn't necessary. So I think the lawyer dropped it. At least when we went to court, that's what they explained. Like the lawyer no longer wanted to represent him.
When you were with him, was he like impulsive at all?
I didn't notice it. If he was, no.
Okay.
No.
And when he said, "Where are we moving?" or "When are we moving?" what was your response to that?
I explained like, I hope you don't think that I told you that I'm sorry, I don't want to say where I live. Where I live is going to be my forever home for you to feel like that you had to come with us. It was for you to say, I'm not comfortable with you taking my child out of the state, or okay, that's fine. And he said, no, I would never think anything like that. I'm sick of being here where we are. I'm over it. I want to go somewhere else and blah, 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 blah.
Okay. And your question is, does he want to get back together?
Yeah, or I don't know. Is he
Has he tried
something wrong with him?
Has he tried to sleep with you at all? No?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I would say he doesn't want to get back together then. He hasn't tried to sleep with you. That's out. Yeah. I mean, there might be something wrong with him. For sure. I mean, you said the comment that he made about like, don't try to get me to say emotions I don't feel. That's weird, right? So possibly, I mean, I don't have enough data, nor can I diagnose anybody with anything, but I can like tell you what it seems like. But yeah, you said he's been talking a lot about, ever since you mentioned moving, he's mentioned it a lot.
Yeah, he would initiate the conversation every single
Sounds
time. I
like he
never called him
just.
to
It
bring it up,
sounds
not
like he
once.
just wants to move, and you got him excited with even the suggestion of doing so.
Okay, so can I throw this in? When we
Yeah.
discussed it, he said, I think we should move together. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of the words. We should live together to see how it works out. And then if we then decide that we want to date other people, we can revisit the conversation of us like not living together anymore.
Why are you just now sharing that? That is a very
Very,
important detail.
sorry, it came up after you.
Okay. All right. So he wants to live together, and then if we decide to date other people, I still think that he's just trying to move, and then it's cheaper to move
Mm-hmm.
with you.
Mm-hmm. So how do I stop the? I don't want to say emotional manipulation, but for me, it's kind of like, okay, why are we spending hours on the phone? You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's about nothing. Like it'll start about the baby, but then
When did we get?
now
That's
we're
another
talking about a
important
hairstyle.
detail.
Something
You
so
said you
stupid.
told
Like
me the phone call was 15 minutes.
no,
Now
I
we're
thought you
hours.
were saying when we first
Okay, I got you. That's
broke
clear.
up.
I got
Yeah,
you. That's fair. Okay, so when did we start talking on the phone longer?
after the moving
After the
conversation.
moving conversation. Okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's trying to get in your good graces so that he can live with you,
Mm-hmm.
and then get his paper right, and then because if he wanted to be with you, he would have already showed signs of wanting to be with you. Why
Mm-hmm.
would he magically want to be with you because you're moving?
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense. If he wanted to be with you, he would have wanted to be with you. But if you mention moving, and now that's when he's talking to you more and getting excited, it sounds like where does he live? Does he have his own spot?
Mm-mm. He stays with his parents, and that also played a part on why we
Bingo!
didn't really.
There it is. He's
But
trying to
no,
get the
look,
fuck up out of
his
there.
parents make it very. They have explained to him, which is why I also couldn't do it. Like you can live with us for as long as you need. You never have to leave. They have a big enough house for. They have like 6 kids and grandkids living with them, so they have a house big enough. They don't require him to pay any bills. They never have. Even after he got a job, they didn't require him to pay anything. Um, he said like, one thing you made me realize is that although I'm comfortable with my parents, that it's not okay to always be, comfortable. I need to be on my own. I need to do X, Y, and Z. Because that was the reason why I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna work. We just had a baby. It's time for us to start. Although marriage should have been, one of the first things on the list. Sometimes things don't happen that way. But now we need to get our own place. We have a child now. I'm sick of being in this, one room. But he was just like, oh no, I need to save $30,000 because I want a $350,000 house. And I'm like, okay. It's just,
Yeah, he's just trying to live with you. That's all I'm trying. That's what I'm stuck on. That's when his behavior changed after that data point entered the chat. So
mm,
yeah, he gets the best of both worlds. He gets access to you, and then he also gets to be with his child, and then also away from his family, which probably played a toll on his mental health as well. Um, and yeah, he gets optionality. Right, he probably saying maybe I will get back with her, or what if I don't, and I could just go out and like, yeah, he's trying to move. That's all it is. So, mm-hmm, that's it. So what you
thank you.
gonna do? What you gonna do? Huh?
I kind of want to just go back to the minimal conversation
Okay.
because I don't want to even give. In my mind, of course, being a family does sound great. This is his
Right.
child. I feel like we had a really good relationship outside of like whatever he
Now
was dealing with.
you know he's gonna react if you say he can't live with you, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So prepare for that. He's gonna react.
Yeah, probably so.
He's not gonna like that. So
It'll be
prepare.
okay.
No, I mean you might need prepare for legal action.
Really?
Yeah, he's not gonna like you. He probably can't move without you.
Yeah.
So now he's not gonna want you to take the child out of the country. I mean, out of the country, but the state. He don't want that. Not if he's not gonna be there.
The comments are hilarious.
Think about it. Think about how you reacted when it was just like, I don't get the days I want. You think this is a bigger situation, right? Than what he overreacted on previously.
Mm-hmm.
This is like 10 times bigger. So if he overreacted on that situation, you can bet your bottom dollar he gonna overreact with this one.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, he can still move. I don't feel like it's necessary to live together, you know? Because even I asked, I don't understand, why do you think that it's okay for us to live together? What does that look like in terms of going to the grocery store or when it's time to cook? Am I only supposed to cook for me and my child and not cook you anything? That's kind of petty, you know, but I'm also not going to cook for you and we're not together. And he's like, he kind of just brushed past it. Like it kind of just, I never said anything. Yeah.
You just made a point when you said we're not together. Are you entertaining the possibility of getting back together?
He hasn't said anything about it. Are you saying, like, do I hope that we can?
Is there any part of you that does? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it would be
Okay.
nice.
All right. Well, then y'all are gonna move together, right?
Mm.
Look at how easily you just said mm-hmm.
No, I thought you were like about to say something else. I was kind of like
Mm-hmm.
serious.
Yeah. No, y'all are gonna move together. It sounds like all he needs to do is say I want to be with you, and you're ready for it. You'll sign up. You'll be on board. That's about him getting now. All he has to do is say, I actually would like to get back together. And he'll pick up on that. That's how it's gonna play out. You're gonna say, I don't want to move, and then he's gonna ask you why. You're gonna say we're not together because you really want to be together. You're gonna say we're not together, and then he's like, well, I do want to be with you. Because he's gonna peep that's what's needed here. And then he's like, I'm gonna get back with you, and then play his original plan whatever he had in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good one, though.
You too.
Mm-hmm. That Iceman still looping, man. Habibti, still looping. Keanu, why you say busted like that? Shebang. Right. So, yes, I see that playing out as them getting back together. For sure. You got kids that young, you want your family back. Most of the time, right? Especially the woman, unless like he really dropped the ball on some shit. He don't seem like he's messed up big enough for her to like write off the connection. You know? So more than likely they're gonna move together. You wanna know what I also think? That whole forever home, this is not my forever home, was a test. I also think that was a test. I think that whole this is not going to be my forever home was like a test to be like, I'll dip out with them. What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? You going to try to get back together? I think that's what that was. Let me see if I can goad him into getting back together with me. I'm going to move. You seem to really like this baby. Y'all got the same snore and everything. You seem to really like this baby, but guess what? I don't like it here. I think I need to go to Florida, actually. That's what I think is what's going on. Okay. All right, pretty Brit. All right. Listen, I could be wrong. I'm just seeing this. I've seen this before. But it's partially entertainment. Love, I'm an entertainer. I'm not a coach. This is entertainment. Okay? All right. Well, regardless of the situation, I hope that I mean, if y'all work together, then fine, right? If y'all work together, then fine. But the way that you describe the situation, I don't think without things changing on his end, I don't see it working out. Without things changing in his situation, I don't see things working out. We'll see. Keep me posted. Keep me posted. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good. What can I do for you?
Oh man. Damn. Okay, so here's my question, right? I feel as though that I let a lot of like the negativity that I had witnessed growing up affect my relationship in a way that my parents didn't like have like a healthy relationship kind of, and because I was like the firstborn, I was kind of like in the middle of it all. My mom told me a lot of the things that happened at the time, and for that reason, it kind of like changed the way I saw people, like men in general. And I don't know. Before I used to want to get married, but right now, honestly, I don't feel that same way anymore. Like, I don't know. Someone said, "Speak up, please." Can you hear me though?
I can hear you. What did you just experience that made you not trust men or want to be married anymore? I missed that part.
Okay, so it's like the level of deceit from my father. Like, we literally idolized him. He was like the perfect, you know, church going. We grew up like in a very Christian family, church going, making sure everybody goes to church, providing everything that we need.
Right. And then what did your father do?
Oh, he's like a business person. He does a lot of things.
No, I mean like what did he do to that like broke your heart?
Oh, okay. So he cheated on my mom.
Right.
And not just that. And then she starts to like talk about things that she had hidden from us all these years. You know, she's like, he's not kind to me. He doesn't buy me stuff. He doesn't give me money. Some of the things I do, I just try to do them to cover up so you guys wouldn't get involved. He's selfish. He did this and this and this and that. And it's not like she's telling a lie, though. You know,
L moms, by the way. L moms.
No,
L moms. But continue.
Yeah. And then sometimes, like, you know, like things that we didn't like understand at the time, like I'm having to like understand it now, and I see him differently, you know. And then what breaks my heart is like, wait, like, so all that thing about, you know, Christianity, all that hypocrisy, like I see someone and they're approaching me, and I'm looking at them like just a matter of time, and then you start to show me who you are, that kind of stuff, you know. Because tell me a more perfect person than the one that I know, and then it turns out that he's a wolf in sheep clothing.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 28.
28. And you're saying that finding out that your father cheated on your mother and stuff like that has made you look at men in general differently?
Yeah.
Okay. You're a Christian, right?
I am.
So you read the Bible?
I do.
Where are the perfect men in the Bible?
None. I'm cheating.
Other than Jesus, where's the perfect guy? Where's the perfect man at?
This guy, none.
Right. You had a fantasy of your father and it wasn't a real person. And you also only heard one side of the story in your parents' connection. I'm sure your father has some complaints about your mother as well. your mother, like your father, shouldn't have done the things that he did. Absolutely, agree with you. But everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does things wrong. Your mother's included in that, for sure. And she did a very unwise thing by revealing all of that to you. That was not wise. Parents do that all the time. They'll tell their kids shit that they shouldn't know. Because they don't have anyone else to talk to. They should get a therapist and talk to the therapist about that, not your kids. So, your fantasy has been ruined. But yes, there's going to be, if you are to get married, whoever you choose is also going to be imperfect. Doesn't mean they'll cheat on you, but they'll be imperfect in a different way. Right?
Yeah. Like I'm like 100% over suspicious. Like I ask a lot of questions, and like I've been single for say about since 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I kept saying, well, maybe I need to like take my time, heal, go for therapy, try to have a change of heart. And then I see like when people start coming close and like, you know, it's getting closer than friendship, right? I try to find a way to maybe ghost them or just act like I never knew why they were coming in the first place, you know?
Right.
And even the ones that are like, I don't know, I mean, because I'd never stay long enough to see if they have like good intentions and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, like, if I'm being brutally honest with myself, sometimes I feel like, okay, well, maybe just give someone a chance, see how things goes and stuff, and then they start to do things that are so identical, right? And then I pull back. And it's worse because I was already like dealing with identity crisis and like inferiority complex and a whole lot of other things that I was dealing with, coupled with this as well. And my parents are not like my biological parents. I'm adopted.
Mm-hmm.
And so having to deal with all of that. In fact, the last relationship that almost felt like a relationship that felt like it was going somewhere, I woke up one morning and said I needed time to like, you know, process this whole thing and see if it's really what I wanted and stuff. And, you know, I started questioning a lot of things. Like, he does a lot of things that I don't like. And I said, I mean, what if over time this stands in the way? Like, and then I kept asking, do you even like me? Do you even love me? And then I left, and I was hoping that he was gonna like try to like pursue me, like try to work things out with me, and then he just moved on.
No, yep. That's what quality people are going to do. They're going to let you leave. What am I fighting for? That's a goofy game to play, love. The whole fight for me game. Only people who are going to do it are people who need you. Those tend to be the lower quality people. Here's the thing. Okay, so what was your dating life like before you find out that your father was a supervillain? What was your dating life like?
Like I was like really like hopeless romantic, very soft.
So when did you find this out about your father? How recently did that occur?
2023 too, yeah, when the relationship ended.
2023 is when you found this out about your father.
Yeah, that was the same time to my 3.5 year relationship ended.
Okay. Did finding that out about your father influence your decision to end that relationship?
We were already having like problems here and there, but it wasn't something that was enough to like end the relationship. But then when I found
What kind
out
of problems
about
were you
this,
having?
okay, let me say what led to it. Okay, for example, right? I live like kind of like a very carefree type of lifestyle. Carefree in the sense that he feels like I trust too much. I have the wrong company, and somehow like he would literally say, you're so naive. Your parents didn't let you go out and experience the world. Like, so you are with people who are way more smarter than you, or people who know more about life than you. And so he's like always um, antagonizing my friends and saying things about them and stuff, right? But those weren't like huge issues. They weren't things that I would say was enough to like, end the relationship and stuff. When he talks about that, I would say, okay, what is it about this person or that person that you don't like? Why are you saying this about this person? Because he says, like, I can read people, right? And then maybe he's going to talk to one of my friends and be like, that girl's not good for you. And I'm like, you just met her for the first time. How could you, like, it's like, I can read people and I know when I've seen
Okay,
people.
I got you. So then you found out about your father,
Okay,
and
so
then what happens?
and then so when he starts to like talk about, for example, right, when we met, I didn't have a job. I was like living off my parents were giving me allowance at the time, and I was like maybe like 25 or 20, yeah, maybe 25. My parents were like giving me allowance at the time, and he was also giving me some money as well. And so he would say to me like, why don't you go work for your dad? Because my parents, they both had businesses. Why don't you go work for your parents and have them pay you like an actual like salary, right? And I'm like, I do help out, like.
Love, we're getting too deep into the weeds. When you found out about your father, how did that change how you viewed your relationship?
I think I stopped listening to him that much, and he sort of like noticed like I was no longer like listening to him. He would say things and I would do whatever I want to do regardless.
Okay, so you lost respect for him,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Because your father was the foundation for your respect for men, and once that crumbled, your respect for men in general crumbled. Okay. First step, you have to grieve your father. He's not dead, but you have to grieve the version of him that existed in your head. Okay? Because you're angry about that, and what's underneath anger a lot of times is grief. So you need to grieve your father. All right? And you also need to start embracing reality in general, because you're living in a fantasy world right now. You've been living in a fantasy world for a while because your parents have been supporting you and helping you out. So a lot of your experience of life has been a fantasy. It's not real. So you're going to have to grieve the world that you thought you were in as well, right? So having these orientations towards men, expecting them to be perfect, is not going to end well for you, because you're not perfect. Look what you just told me in this call. Look how many guys you've ghosted. How many guys were probably hurt by your behavior? Did you consider that? You did not, because you have a personality where you're fixated totally on yourself. You want to know how I know that? Anyone who calls into me and they start telling me all about their trauma that I didn't ask to hear tends to have a big problem with focusing on themselves too much. So you've done your own damage out here without realizing it, because you're so caught up in your own experience. You're not seeing how your experience is affecting other people negatively, the pain that you've caused other people. Right? So if you need a reminder that people aren't perfect, look in the mirror. Okay? All right. So definitely do that grief work for your father. You have to accept reality and accept that people aren't perfect, yourself included, your mother included. Okay? And then when you're ready to get back out there, get back out there. All right? But I do wish you the best, dear. You take care. All right. If you want your 1 hour coaching call, people, there was a lot more to unpack there, by the way. This icon right here, hit that button at the bottom of the screen. Shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. It's for men and women. Prices go up at the end of the month, so I would book now. It's like borderline shade. Some people need to hear the tough. Some people I handle with very gentle white glove treatment. Some people though, you gotta Mike Tyson that shit. Huh? You gotta Mike Tyson that shit. You gotta shake them a little bit. Shake them up. You said it was gentle. It was gentle-ish. She needed that. She couldn't see it right. She couldn't see it. She couldn't see that she was also out here hurting people. But I think it landed, though. That's why she got quiet. I think she didn't think about that before. But yes, when people come up here and they start talking about their wounds, a bit narcissistic. Every time. Every time. Bit narcissistic. I was talking to CJ about that. One big red flag is therapy speak. When people start using a lot of therapy speak, they are fucking overcompensating for some shit. They tend to be the least healthy people. CJ, I wish you can share that screenshot of your text message Shorty sent you to the chat so they can see what I'm talking about. My God, I want to vomit. If you were playing the drinking game by how many therapy words Shorty used, you'd be blackout drunk. I didn't even expect you to make a U-turn on her. Right. Yeah. I saw the sleepy eyes. Yeah. So some people in the chat who've been here for a minute, they know when I'm about to go do my thing, because it's in my face. It's like I'm over this conversation face, because I know where this is going. L moms though, oh my God, L moms still. Like as a parent, even in my own family, I'm like, try to preserve the mythology of these people. Try to preserve that. Not everybody needs to know all these secrets. You hold that shit. All right, why you gotta give it to me? Now I gotta hold it. I don't want to hold it. My arms are full. Hold my own shit. You know, I hold that too. Come on, man. All right, that's what therapy. Go talk to a therapist about that. What are you talking to me for? Anyway, what other questions do we have? Y'all can call in. I don't bite. I promise you. Just, very nice. Just let's not talk about yourself so much. All right. Hector again. Let's see if he's still here. We scared now. Hector, what's going on, bro? You still there? He's not. All right. Did we scare Hector off too? Let's see if Sarah's still here. Sarah, what's going on?
Hi. I have a coaching call, so I know we're going to unpack a lot, but I just had something happen today, and I kind of feel a little uneasy, so I wanted to talk to you about it.
Okay.
So, by the way, I always take your advice. For some reason, people don't think that I do, but I always take your advice.
Okay.
So I remember I called and I told you I had a roster.
Okay.
From the dating app. I was on Hinge, and you said get rid of it, and I did, and I chose one person, and we've been dating.
Hey.
And he's been wonderful so far. So we had our, I would want to say date 5 today. We had a lunch date. He picked me up from work, and he had flowers on the car seat, and it was a great date. But leaving that date, I realized that he feels like emotionally insignificant to me. Like, I can acknowledge that he's attractive. He is appealing. Like, I met him on a dating app, so obviously I think he's attractive. and he's smart. He's like, I admire the things that he has going on in terms of work, how he pursues his hobbies, how he relates to his family. He's consistent. We talk every day. He doesn't like to talk on the phone, but he still calls me because he knows that I like it. But I don't feel like we're progressing in the way that I expect myself to progress at this point. So I don't know if it's like I'm wondering if it's a comparison thing, like me thinking about how I usually connect, and he's not, he's like, oh, I'm a slow burn, so maybe that's it. But my question is like, should I not continue to explore the connection because I'm having these like questions of like, why am I not like attached, or like how you wake up and think about a person, or you're like wondering about them in the day or something. I don't know. I'm not experiencing that, and it bothers me.
Okay, so you say that the issue with this situation is you're not attached.
Or I'm not attaching. I don't know. Maybe I am attaching, but it just doesn't feel emotionally, like my relationship with him doesn't feel emotionally significant.
Gotcha. So how long have y'all been dating again?
Okay, so we met on the app. Probably it's been like a month, I want to say.
Good, but okay. And how many times have you seen him in person?
5.
Okay, so 5 times in a month. Have y'all slept together?
No. We actually had our first kiss today. So usually like after a date, he'll give me like a little peck. But we had like our first like actual kiss today.
Did that kiss make you reflect on the connection?
Yes. I think the kiss made me reflect on the connection because like based on his actions, like him bringing me the flowers and taking me on the dates and like going out of his way, well, not going out of his way, but like on the weekend, on Sunday we both had a busy day, and I knew he had an event. I had an event that I was doing as well. And in the morning he called me and he's like, I texted him like, good morning, and he called me. He's like, I know we both have a busy day and we're on the phone talking for a while. And he already told me he doesn't like talking on the phone. So I noticed that he's doing these things. And then on top of that, like him wanting to progress things in terms of like, us having the case or talking about like, we've already made plans for like 2 dates down the future. So now I'm thinking, darn, like I should be further along, emotionally.
Okay. So you said you chose him over the other guys, right?
Yes. I chose him over the other guys.
What made you choose him?
I would say some of it is like a natural selection thing. Okay, so from the app, there were 3 guys. One of them went on a date, and after the date, we're having a conversation, and I was saying something about what happened on the date, and he's like, he doesn't remember that happening. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't remember that happening? And then he starts to like say that I was cold to him, which is not true. And the way he's recalling me I know that's not the way that I was with him on the date, and just that angered me. So I got rid of him. So I blocked him. And then one of them wanted to sleep with me, and I blocked him. It was too soon. Another person was like from my past, and I was like, if you didn't like me then, you probably don't like me now. You haven't invested anything to make me continue to like go on dates or whatever with you. So I got rid of him too. And then the other one just one of them was upset that I had a roster, and I was like, well, what do you want to do? And then he doubled back, and I was like, I already have too many people to deal with. Like, I can't coddle you right now. So I guess I was prepared to drop this one too, honestly, but he just didn't do anything wrong. So like when you said like, okay, focus on one person, it's not like I decided that he was the person. Like everybody else pissed me off in some way, shape, or form, and he just didn't. So here he is.
Okay. And how long ago was your last relationship?
A long time ago. I will talk to you on the coaching call about somebody that did feel emotionally significant, but my last relationship was 8 years ago.
Okay. 8 years ago. How long were you together?
5 years. And we were kids for most of it. I'm 28. We were together from 15 to 20. We broke up in like our second year of college. So
Why is
a
that?
long time ago, and for the most part we were kids.
Why did y'all break up?
He said he wasn't happy anymore. We got together in high school, and by the time we got to college, I think we had gotten to the point where we're getting to know ourselves a little more. And he was like, he at the time he was still like a pastor's child, and we were both like active in church and had really clear like academic buttoned up kind of goals. And he started to like drink and smoke and party, and he didn't feel sure about like going to school and all those things, and I was still that kind of person, and he just felt like he couldn't like be authentic to the kind of person he was becoming while he was with me. And so slowly we had to let go of each other.
Okay. But he ended things.
Yes, he ended things, yes.
Why have you been single for 8 years?
I don't know. I want to have a relationship, which is something like people didn't believe the last time that I came on here. I do want to be in love and I do want to have a connection. I just haven't found a connection that works, and there's like a mutual desire to be committed and in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So it just hasn't happened.
When your previous relationship ended, how did that make you feel?
I felt bad. I felt devastated in the moment. But as I said, it was a really slow let go. After we broke up, we didn't like disconnect. We continued talking to each other all the time, sleeping with each other, being with each other until we both felt comfortable enough to stop. So it was like a gradual period of acceptance. So I did feel devastated. And I also got to understand, like, this does make sense. We're not going to build a life together if we aren't aligned.
And how did that
I let go.
change? How did that change how you engaged men after that? Did it change anything?
I don't think so. I'm not always my best self. I'm not going to pretend to be perfect.
Right.
But I do try to engage in a way that is authentic. And I'm generally like a bubbly, light, playful, happy girl, and I bring that to my connections.
Okay. So, how long ago did you like eliminate your roster?
I did it right. Like after we came off the call, I would say like by the end of the week, they were all gone.
And how long ago was that?
It's like 2 weeks ago.
And you've been dating the current dude for how long?
Like a month. So I would say for the first part of it. Remember, I met him on the app.
Uh-huh.
So he gets grouped in with all the other people I'm meeting on the app.
But you had already been on like multiple dates with him by the time
No. I had already been on one date. Like we had already been on, I think, one date, and everybody that I met on the app went on one date before the elimination happened.
Okay. Well, we'll have to go deeper on your coaching call. One or two things, though. You're either avoidant or you got hurt and now you're acting avoidant. One of the two things.
I'm definitely not avoidant. You're going to hear on the coaching call, which like the what happened to me, but I'm definitely not
That's why I said
avoidant.
it's two
And in
things.
fact,
You're either avoidant or you're protecting yourself. One of two things are happening. You don't just wind up being single for 8 years like that. So, either avoidant or something that happened to you to where it's like you're just really guarded, and you're not avoidant, but you're just guarded, right? And that could potentially mean that you look for something to be wrong to justify not getting vulnerable with the person you're seeing. And previously, you solved that problem by dating multiple people, because dating multiple people means I don't have to get close to any of y'all. But if I choose one, now I got to cultivate intimacy. That scares me because now I can get hurt. So I don't like your glasses. I'm out. All right. That's how that works.
well, I'm not walking away from him. I'm just worried.
Right. Right. Yeah, we can go deeper into on the call, but like I'm gonna have to go deeper into your past in order to tell you what's going on here. But my quick sniff test of it is you are looking for something more than likely. More than like, because the kiss symbolically represented progression in the relationship. Symbolically represented progression. So you're getting closer to something. Ah, that's scary. All right, what's wrong with him? I don't like this.
Why didn't you say anything was wrong with him?
Well, you kind of did. You implied nothing wrong with him, something wrong with the connection. It doesn't necessarily have to be something wrong with him. It's just something to justify us not proceeding.
I get what you mean.
Again, that's just a quick sniff test. I have to again go deeper on this, but I don't want to do that here because you got a coaching call.
Yeah, of course. Because we'll talk about it and we'll see, and can probably tell me what you think would be the best way to move forward. Okay, thank you.
All right, love. Talk soon. If you want to be like Sarah, get your 1 hour coaching call. You know what to do. This icon right here, hit that button at the bottom of the screen, shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation, and if I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. Be advised, prices go up at the end of the month. When y'all hit that button, send a message to. A lot of people like open it up, and I'm like, I say it the same way every time. You hit that button at the bottom of the screen. You shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. And if I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. That's intentional. That's why I keep saying it. All right? So you got to send the message, not just hit the button. You can't follow instructions. The coaching call is not going to be effective for you because it's all about instructions. So it's almost like a litmus test of who will be a good client and who won't be. What's up, Super? Is Danny here? I haven't seen Danny in a minute. I was supposed to call Danny back today. I got tired. I had so many calls. Too many calls. Got tired. Coughing up a storm right now. Yeah, what happened, bro? I thought you had a question for me. Thought you had a question. Hello. I thought Zion had a question. Zion used to ask a lot of questions. I think we've solved his problem. She watching the game. About to be another long distance relationship avoiding dating in Dallas. Ain't nothing wrong with a little long distance, man. You gotta do it the right way though. You gotta do it the right way. For sure. No assumption everyone had their own way and own problems and solutions already inside of them. The fuck are you talking about? Shut up with that woo-woo shit. Everyone has their own answers inside of them. Everything is inside of you. Everything. Is that right? Think so? You get stung by a jellyfish. What are you doing? Immediately. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. What are you doing? Immediately. The answer's inside of you. Find it. You get stung by a jellyfish real quick. What do you do? Snake bites you. What do you do? Real quick. Real quick. What do you do? What do you do? The answer's inside of you. All right? You break your ankle. What do you do? Real quick. How do you set the bone? Real quick. Don't Google it. The answer's inside of you. Y'all be saying some goofy shit in the chat without thinking about it. Without thinking. Sometimes it's like, you just think about that for 2 seconds. It's like, it sounds deep until you think about it for 2 seconds. And you're like, well, actually, that's actually a bunch of bullshit. Well, if I go broke and I got no more racks to spend. I remember I had to pee when my cousin got stung, but I held it because I was not doing that. Y'all could really pee on somebody that got stung? Oh, the pain. Let me get my meat out. Hold on. Let me get this meat out real quick. Hang on. Don't look at it. There we go. All right. And once I start, I can't stop. Once I start, I cannot stop. All right. I'm going to shake. You start shaking it. Let me get all of it out. There it is. How does that feel? No eye contact. Definitely eye contact. Is that even true? I've never been stung by a jellyfish. I felt like that only happens to white people. Who here has been stung by a jellyfish? They'll be like, it doesn't hurt anymore. Well, I still got to pee. So you're going to have to sit there and take this. Take it. There it is. I've been grazed by one. Okay. All right. It is true. Of course, Super knows Miss Snapple fact over there. It is. I can confirm it's true. I actually made jellyfish. Jellyfish are not indigenous. I make them. I made them. I created jellyfish. So I know how their stings work. Pee is nature's vinegar. Okay. I don't know why the jellyfish example popped in my head, but anyway, whoa, what kind of questions we got, folks? What other kind of questions do we have? Had some good questions these past couple of days. Been impressed. Normally the night live is like, a big stinker. She told me she's taking a break from social media, but she's still active. We're texting all day. Okay. So, okay, what's your question, Kevin? What's your question? Social media be getting people caught up. Social media was requesting me to follow my ex's current boyfriend before he was her boyfriend. And I used to see his picture. I was like, I feel something for some reason. It is messy, right? Right. You get like you start talking to a new chick, get a number, and then immediately a bunch of new faces pop up. You should befriend Kevin. Who the fuck is Kevin? This motherfucker look like me. She got a type. The answer was inside of you, right? I hate that it shows who's following who, right? They like the same shit and everything too. I don't do no research, bro. I like peace of mind. I don't do no research at all. Just assume everybody's operating in good faith until proven otherwise. Told her I understand her need for space because she's overwhelmed but clearly lying. What do I do? What does she need space for? I'll block potentials on social media before we even start. That's smart. How would you feel if all her exes were chopped? Chopped ain't really it don't really bother me. It's like if the character bothers me. Like if they were lame or losers, that bothers me. Because what do you think of me? What do you think of me? We are not the same, beloved. It'd be a turnoff. You look at the dude Shorty dealt with, you're like, oh. I've like had opportunities to deal with women, and I've seen who they've let hit, and I'm like, well, I'm not interested in that anymore. Actually, not even interested anymore, beloved. I'm sorry, because something you're a little off. You were a little off. He just asked me $5 the other day. He was on the corner of Chick-fil-A with a cardboard sign saying, I need help. I gave him $5. He hit. I saw your Amazon package was missing like a side of the box. Is that where he got the cardboard from? Bitch. He got the cardboard box. He got the cardboard from you? Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. You had a pack of Sharpies in there, pack of markers, and the black one was missing. And he had the black. It's all coming together. All coming. No, it can't. It should have ruined it for you. It'll ruin it for you. Take you out of it. No. The opposite is also true. Oh, my ex, he was an NFL athlete. He's still in the NFL, by the way. Fuck! I'm insecure now. Now I'm insecure. So it's best to just not look at the people they've dealt with at all. It doesn't go your way. Either way. Either way, it doesn't go your way. Either they're like, oh, he's a loser. What are you doing? Or it's like, I don't think I can handle that. No. Well, fuck the game up is it's social media allowing these celebrities to access regular women. Y'all should be dating like Karushi and people like that. Why are you getting the regular ones? I got a cousin who was DM'd by 50 Cent. What the fuck is going on? I gotta stop that. I ain't mad at him though, because I do the same shit. If I was a celebrity, I would be the king of the regular chicks. The regular women. I'd be dating all the regular ones. Y'all can keep the industry ones. Give me the plain Janes. I'll be running through them. I'll be Nick Cannon out this bitch. Nick Cannon's always following. I go to a bad chick on IG. Nick Cannon pop up under her. Oh, damn it. I appreciate what you told me earlier. Absolutely, Trizelle. I think Celeste have figured out how to DM low follower women. Right. You'll date like a regular woman, bro, and she'll tell you about dating some like known person. Like, what the fuck is going on? He plays for the Washington Commanders. Really? Fuck. Currently. Does he start? This isn't gonna work out. This is not gonna work out. I thought my little social media clout was doing something. These are true stories, by the way. I've been in this game for a minute. Yes. Man, they're just out here not trying to deal with them IG models. I don't want no IG model. I don't like bad bitches. Like, it's not my style anyway. I want a cutie patootie with a booty. Cutie patootie with a booty. That's my type. I told you, them bad bitches, they act like they pose like they future. You go to a bad chick's like IG, there ain't no smiling. There's just like they're scowling. They're scowling like they're men. I would definitely date a famous guy and ask to keep it private. Like, I want a woman who's like, she says cheese when she takes a picture. Now, I want no one serving looks. Couple of things I look for. I hate the pictures when they're like bent over a little bit. It's too sexualized. Why are we bending over? And when did that become popular? I've started seeing that within the last 5 or so years. This whole like bend over pose. And why are you bending over for? Looks great, but I don't like that. That one, the tongue out. The tongue out. You already know what time it is. The tongue is out. Likely a bop. Third one, butterfly tattoo. Don't hate the messenger. Here's the thing. Butterfly tattoos. Always, it's shorthand for trauma. I promise you. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. Give me a motherfucking seat. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. Better know who I see. If you see butterfly tattoos, it is shorthand for trauma. I promise you. Every single time. Every single time. And women who get that, here's some other game for you. If you see like any kind of like animal that's like a predator, like specifically a snake or a spider, watch out for those. You typically see those on strippers. You'll also see those on OF models. Now that I've told you that, you'll never unsee it. I promise you. If you see a snake or a spider on her, she's telling you something. She's telling you something. I'm telling you right now. Now there's exceptions. Obviously, this is just a correlation. This isn't 100%. A little caveat. Butterflies typically mean some sort of transformation. That's why I say trauma. Something like traumatized them. They're like, but I'm free now. I've grown wings and I've flown away from that bad situation. I promise you that's what it is. I promise you. These tattoos are always symbolic. Now, here's a caveat though. If she like, I just love butterflies. That's different. Normally it's trauma though. But if you look at a snake, I'm telling you, bro, look at them snake and spider tattoos. The strippers and the OF models always have them on. I promise. You're going to see it somewhere. You're going to see it on the wrist. You're going to see it on the sternum. You're going to see it somewhere. I promise you. Size and location will tell. Yes. Also the red tattoos. Beware of those as well. When I consider dancing, I almost got one. Consider dancing what, Hannah? You almost got what? A snake or? The red does look good. The red does, especially on a red bone. Is that bad to say now? Red bone? Did we cancel that phrase? Especially on a light skinned woman. The red tattoos is pressure. Pressure at the booty club. Okay, Hannah. We got some Hannah lore just dropped on us. What's your take on a girl not putting you on social media? It's not that big a deal. A girl not putting you on social media is not that big a deal. Because you got to see like why, right? A lot of them, they don't want to be embarrassed, not by you, but just like a lot of women have experience posting a man, and then like another woman being like, I deal with him or I dealt with him, right? And it's just, I want to know what a snake symbolizes. It's more so like, it's like the dark feminine, right? So it's like, it's almost like it's saying, I'm not weak. It's seductress energy, like Hannah said, but also like, I'm not weak, right? So you'll see women who take advantage, who are in positions of taking advantage of men, get those type of tattoos. So OF models and then strippers. Black word tattoos. It's either that or nothing for me. Right. But what was I saying? Oh, posting on social media. It can be a problem though, if she's like legitimately hiding you. But I think a lot of guys like care about that kind of stuff too much. A lot of dudes though, you'll see their lady not posting them, and then like you go to their Instagram and it's just them posting all their lady. I worked with a guy like that, big weirdo. I knew he was weird. Then I saw he added me on Instagram, and then every post was about his girlfriend. I'm like, this is weird, bro. Every post is about your girlfriend? It's weird, man. He was a weird guy. His name was Ian. Weird motherfucker, bro. I remember I used to have like do a little side hustle. I used to sell shit, like flip shit online, right? I would go thrifting and then sell it on Poshmark and shit like that. So on lunch breaks, I would package the shit up and then take it to the post office. I always had that hustler spirit. You feel me? And they told me I had to stop doing that. And I traced it back to Ian. Ian ran his fucking mouth. And then like a month later, he revealed to me that his girlfriend was considering breaking up with him because she wants him to be more ambitious. So he saw somebody being ambitious and then didn't like that. Didn't like that my presence held the mirror up to him. I used to resell on eBay and Craigslist in high school. Hey, yeah, you gotta hustle, man. You gotta hustle. I used to sell candy in school. Yeah, people be hating. They hate because you hold that mirror up to them without even intending to. Just your presence does it. You sold candy too. Hey, all my entrepreneurs in the chat. People selling candy. Made no bread. That was another time I was trying to sell candy. This was actually for school. I was in FBLA, and I learned like the real reason why they say don't get high on your own supply, because I like Reese's, right? Reese's. Had a woman time ago tell me it's not Reese's, it's Reese's. I'm like, you shut up. Say what I want. Reese's. And I ate all the motherfucking Reese's. I ate them all. Was in debt in high school. Oh no. What have I done? I did not mean to eat all these Reese's like this. I probably should have sold Skittles instead. Something I don't like. It happened slowly. It was like 1 to 2 packs per day. People say, "Hey, you selling Reese's?" I'm like, "No, I'm all out." And really, I got some Reese's on me, but I want to eat them myself. I was the treasurer in FBLA. Nice. FBLA was like that. I can't tell you nothing I learned, but I can tell you one thing. Those trips we went on, no supervision. No supervision. I was like, I could have got somebody pregnant on this trip. Only reason why I didn't is because Shorty breath was stinking. I told you that story before. Came on the FBLA trip, I was like, so there's nobody watching us. Yeah, we're kids. We had a whole floor to ourselves. It was like a music video in our room, bro. It was women everywhere. Everywhere. And I'm telling them stories, talking to them the same way I'm talking to y'all right now. Just telling them stories and shit like that. They're like, ah, you crazy. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let me see them Yitties. You too. 4-pack. I want a 4-pack of Yitties. So, I'm in a bitch making a bad bitch snow angel. And I'm like, why is there no supervision here? I feel like there should be supervision. There should be adults here. These women, they gotta be ovulating. Some of them ovulating. I can smell it. So, long story short, yeah, me and my boy Chad, we had a little come through. My boy Steven, you know what's funny with Steven? Steven chopped as shit. Steven was chopped as a motherfucker, bro. Steven looked like something off of Bug's Life. All of them. All the characters. The whole cast of Bug's Life. Steven looked like an amalgamation of all of them. A Picasso painting of all of the bugs from Bug's Life. So when the chicks came over, Steven always acted like he was asleep because he didn't want to deal with the rejection. Really sold it. Put his thumb in his mouth and everything. Was act like he was asleep. As soon as they would leave, he would pop up. And we would laugh and laugh and laugh. Steven, you so crazy. Me and Chad had Shorty come over. I'm in bed with mine. He's in bed with his. I don't know what they got going on, but I do hear a zipper. So I'm talking to mine. The problem was I waited too long. We were just having conversation. And when the clock struck 12, her toothpaste clocked out. When the clock struck 12, her toothpaste clocked out. Green mist emerged. I said, oh no, I waited too long. She got morning breath and she never went to sleep. That's quite the feat. How did you achieve morning breath without sleeping? I know morning breath when I smell it. That's morning breath. That's 8 a.m. breath right there. That is 8 a.m. breath. So I tried to give her some juice. I was like, this Hawaiian punch is going to do the trick. I said, you thirsty? She said, not really. I said, you should drink something. This juice is excellent. I got the blue Hawaiian punch. I'm going to pour you a cup. Gave her some juice. Juice and ass is what it smelled like after that. Juice and ass. I said, well, I'm just going to go to sleep. So I just went to sleep. I ran into Shorty years later at my job at Olin Mills in the mall selling photo packages. I recognized him immediately. I said, Hawaiian punch. She said, huh? I said, never mind. I didn't mean to say that. Yeah, you from FBLA. So we linked back. We linked back up after that. I made sure not to make the same mistake twice. Went over Shorty's crib. She started talking. I said, shh, 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 shh. Remember what happened last time. No talking. You still trying to make it work? Yeah, man. I tried to cover it up with some juice. It didn't work, though. It did not work. Again, no supervision. I'm like, people could have got pregnant here. Y'all got to get this shit together. I guess they figured it was FBLA, so nobody wanted To be fair, that was the perfect situation because it was FBLA. So me and my homeboy Chad were the only ones there like that. The rest of them boys, no. And it was hella women because a lot of women want to do business. It was hella women, bro. Oh my God. It was so many women there. They all were going too. So yeah. FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America. No supervision, bro. Hotel. We didn't have a hotel. So this is a crazy oversight. All right. Y'all like it, I love it. If y'all like it, shout out to Chad if he's watching. What grade? This was like 11th. I think I was in 11th grade when this happened. Just think about that. They slept over. Them chicks slept in our room. And Chad, because Chad was really like that. Chad had some chicks from college come over. And they stole my rubbers. I was mad. I said, I can't remember all these people's names. It's too many. I'm meeting too many women here. But yeah, no supervision, man. He just told them, "Hey, this one room we in. Come through." And they did. Very weird of them, by the way, because we were not of age. This was junior year, so I was 16. Chad was a grade below me. But I was young for my grade, so he probably was 16 as well. Because I graduated at 17. So very weird for them to hang out with some high schoolers like that. But it is what it is. Oh, y'all ain't lie about your age? They knew what time it was. Very weird for them to do that. That's why I be telling these young girls who try to date these older dudes, like these way older dudes. Remember that girl who was like 19 or something she called in? I'm like, you don't see it now, but you're going to get older and you're going to view him as being weird. You just can't see it now. But you're going to get older. By the time you're like 25, 26, you're going to be like, that guy was weird, actually. Right. I didn't think those girls were weird at the time. But now I do. For sure. For sure. College freshmen can be young as 18. I know. I don't think they were freshmen, though. I don't think they were freshmen. No, I don't think they were freshmen. Zion, why are you shocked every live, bro? We gonna have to have a conversation. Anytime I get in a storytelling mode, Zion's like, what is happening? Like there's a fucking curriculum I'm supposed to be following. I was a freshman at 17. Yeah, I graduated high school at 17. You probably thought that was cool. Yeah. I actually was tired of women by that point, bro. I was like, why are you bringing more here? I'm tired. Okay, that's enough. I'm trying to chill. I think I was taking a shit at the time. I think I was in the bathroom taking a shit. I heard, hey, I said, fuck, shh. Oh, boy. I'm pretty sure I was taking a shit at the time. 3 more joints come in. Oh, can you chill out, man? You gonna hit the Guinness World Record? Is that what we're trying to do? We're here to start a business. This is not business-like. Right, moving like Chris Brown. Our freshman dorm bathroom was literally like a stall outside the main bedroom. Right. Ay, ay, ay. Those were the days, though. Kind of agree they're talking about in the Bible. Right. Right. Chad had a baby in high school, actually. With a bop. Oh my God. I always said if I knew what I knew now, I would be that guy for sure. Because I'm very risky. I'm not risk averse. I'm only risk averse with like my health. Everything else is like, bop is 304. Very sexually active and free woman. But yes, he got the bop pregnant in high school. The bop. Not the bop. The bop. I said, no. R.I.P. Danny, you weren't FBLA? So now, right. The bop. I dated a bop too. Who hasn't dated a bop? Fellas, who in the chat has actually dated somebody? You said you would do the same? No, I'm saying that like it's likely, there's a higher probability that I would have definitely had some sort of child in high school. Because yeah. All she have to tell me is don't put that on. You know what? You're right. That's me, that age. Why? We don't need that. They say great minds think alike. My sentiments, exactly. I had no desire to give it up in high school. Everybody sound nasty as hell. They were giving up in middle school. The middle school I went to, I did not partake. I wasn't invited. But in middle school, they were getting busy in middle school. I remember that. I said, oh, already? Mm-hmm. People be freaked out, man. Kids got her freaked out. What middle school? You never dated a high school bop? Have you dated a bop at all? Surely you have. Maya Flex in private school. Okay, miseducated over here. They sure were, and I remember being so jealous because I didn't have the courage. I didn't have the opportunity. I had to grow into my looks. I was still in like a little ugly phase in middle school. High school though, shit changed. Yeah, we all date a Bob once in a while. Mine was named Jessica in high school. Beautiful girl though. She used to win beauty pageants, but she also was a Bob. That's probably why she won the pageants. Little Harvey Weinstein situation. But yeah. I remember guys like saying like, you don't kiss her, do you? Why are you asking? They asked me that in high school, you don't kiss her, do you? Why? What have you heard? What information am I missing here? See Shorty like have like McDonald's at lunch. How'd you get that? You don't drive. You're a freshman. How'd you get that Mickey D's? Yeah, you gotta. It's a as a man, you gotta date a bot for real, so you know what that experience is like. It's overly going, man. Overly going. But it is what it is. All right, what other kind of questions do we have, people? Before I get out of here, it's enough stories for tonight. Hannah, you have more lore than I realized, so you're gonna have to share more of that in the mod chat. Starting with that snake tattoo you almost got. I hate it because when I graduated high school, I had a list of women to spin back on. Oh, I didn't get a chance to. Never got opportunity, and y'all got big as shit. I said, let's take them off the list. Take them off. Any first date advice? Who's asking this? What problem have you faced on the first date? I don't like giving like general advice because it may not apply to your situation. So what's like your sticking point for the first date? How can one cope when you see an ex move on? I really gotta stop paying attention to the ex. Like when I broke up with mine, I just blocked her on everything. But when you do see that they move on, just feel it. Feel the emotions that come up. You don't have to create a story or a narrative or anything like that. Just feel the emotion. I'm telling you, you get through the emotions faster when you just sit with them. When you try to suppress them or distract yourself, you prolong it. Just go ahead and feel it. Get over with it. Some of the guys I went to high school with apparently have been saying I have only gotten finer. I'm honored. Good. It's good. I grew up in a small town, so my shit is different. First time in years, I'm anxious. Okay. You're going to be anxious. Just accept that you're going to be anxious. Don't try to fight that anxiety, or else you're going to like amplify it. What else would I tell you? Focus on like the vibe. Like focus on just having a good time. Don't focus on like trying to see if the two of you are compatible. First date's about the vibe. Do we vibe? Do we get along? Do I like your personality? Do you like my personality? That's what the first date is for. Are you weird? Right? That kind of shit. First time in years. How'd you meet him? You better not say dating app. I'm gonna be upset. How'd you meet him? If it doesn't work out, I got a perfect guy for you. His name is Mr. O'Neill. Perfect guy. You're his type. Black. You met him at the lounge? Okay, nice. Good. I hope it goes well. Mr. O'Neill will be waiting. But he has one trigger, and that is asking him for a favor. Don't ask him for any favors too early. Because if you do that, he's going to say, not again. And then he's going to storm out and then slam the door. So wait for like the third date or so for favors. First date, risky business. his trigger. I think so. I don't know. Well, he said it. Like he said it in the chat before, so I'm assuming that's valid, right? I assume so. Assume so. All right, people. It's getting late. So, if you want your 1 hour coaching call, remember this icon right here. Hit that button at the bottom of the screen. Shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. If you're new here, make sure to follow. I go live every day at 12 p.m. Eastern Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So if I didn't get to your call tonight, I will get to it tomorrow. Prices on coaching goes up at the end of the month, so act sooner than later on that. All right. Appreciate the mods. Appreciate the chat. I will see you all tomorrow. Y'all take care.